Let's dive into the curious world of tax protesters, groups of people who challenge tax laws and claim things like income taxes are voluntary or the IRS has no real power. Sounds intriguing, right? The allure of escaping taxes is hard to resist, but here's the catch. Courts aren't buying it, and the price of rebellion can be steep. This movement isn't new. It goes all the way back to the Whiskey Rebellion of the 1790s, when farmers pushed back against federal taxes on distilled spirits. Today's tax protesters make even bolder claims. Some argue the 16th Amendment, the one that allows federal income taxes, wasn't properly ratified. Others insist wages don't count as income under tax law. Spoiler alert, these theories crash and burn in court. Now, let's talk about the stars of the tax protester world, like Irwin Schiff. He was a fierce advocate for the idea that paying taxes is optional, and even wrote books to spread his message. The result? Multiple prison terms. He spent years behind bars for promoting fraudulent tax schemes. Then there's Richard Simkinen, a businessman who decided he'd had enough of withholding taxes from his employees. He believed it was unconstitutional. Well, the government disagreed, and Simkinen found himself facing convictions and a prison sentence. The fallout wasn't pretty. The government doesn't take tax evasion lightly. Sure, protesting might sound heroic, taking a stand against the man, right? But the reality is far less glamorous. Tax protesters face audits, fines, criminal charges, and financial chaos. Even Eddie Ray Khan, who ran tax evasion schemes, ended up with lengthy convictions. Here's the truth. If you're unhappy with the tax system, there are smarter, safer ways to make a difference. Advocate for reform, support transparency initiatives, or work with a tax professional to optimize your filings. It might not feel as rebellious, but it also won't land you in a courtroom. The world of tax protesters is equal parts fascinating and sobering. Their stories remind us that while rebellion might seem bold, the fallout often paints a very different picture.